This video is in the series of AI videos, and this hands-on video is on Code Agent. Code Agent is a special class that is introduced by Hugging Face through their small agents Python package. Okay, so we'll spend some time on this. So it's supposedly better than traditional tool calling agent. So small agents has two different classes. There is a code agent and there is a tool calling agent. Okay, so let me first show you the code. Okay, so basically what you do is first of all, from the small agents you have to use a tool. Okay, and this tool is saying calculate transport cost and calculate tariff. So it's basically giving two functions, okay, to compute, which are the tools. Okay, now again, in line with our theme of local ollama, I'm going to use this small agent with local ollama model. Okay, so for that you have to basically use this open AI server model. Okay, so for that you give a model ID. So since this is about Python coding, I'm trying to use like a good model of 2.5 coder, which is under 7 billion parameters, right, under 5 gig. API base, you have to give your ollama uh, localhost hosted URL. Okay, API key is unused. Okay, and now we have to say organization is ollama because this is a ollama model. Okay, then you create a code agent. Okay, now this code agent, like important things here is of course the model first, right, and the tools is basically the functions that we created, right, like which calculate the transport cost, which calculate the tariff. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, and of course you have to say that you have to install pandas and numpy. This for the safe execution of these packages, right, in the code that it will execute after generating. Okay, so now this is like a ice cream business. Okay, so they have suppliers. So there are like these five suppliers. They are located in Canada and US. Okay, so these are their locations, right? How far they are from my ice cream shop, right? Whether it's Canadian or not, right? And what is the price per liter, right? Some of them have a testing fee, right? So to make my sort of business sustainable, I want to pick the supplier which is most sort of efficient, right? Which is like not too far, right? Doesn't cost too much per liter, not doesn't have too much testing fee. And Canadian is basically, if it is Canadian, then it has some tariff, right? So if it is Canadian, there is some tariff on that, right? Like some tax basically. Tariff, as you know, recently became popular, right, with Trump's announcement of tariff. So there is a Canadian tariff since I'm in the US, right, for this business. Okay, uh, so we create this data frame, right, and then we say here is a data frame of different ice cream suppliers. Could you give me a comparative table as a data frame of the total daily price for getting daily ice cream delivery from each of them? Given that we need exactly 30 liter of ice cream per day, okay, and it's specifically saying take into account transportation and tariff. Okay, and that's it. You give it like your data frame, right, that we constructed here, right, uh, and it says that it has a testing fee, right, and fixed fee. Okay, okay, uh, so there were some challenges running this model locally, so I've actually opened a bug on small agent, but I'll just give you sort of brief. Maybe because it's a small model, it's a 7 billion, right? I mean, I have seen people run it at least with 30 billion, right? Little bigger models, right? But I mean, just to give an idea, how did it work? Basically, I mean, it tried to do the right thing, right? I mean, it basically, okay. So let me first show you the data frame, right? So this is my table, right, which I printed here. So these are my five suppliers, their locations, distance, right, whether it's Canadian or not, price per liter, and testing fee. Okay, so it kind of it figured out, right, it said it's OpenAI service model Qwen 2.5 coder, right, it got that, right. uh, Now it, I mean it, I could try to log more detail, but this is like a lower uh, not that verbose logging. I mean, this is what I see. But it tried to figure out a lot of things, right? It actually tried to operate on a data frame. It tried to get the column, right? So it said a distance kilometer, right? It will be a column. It will be a projection of the supplier's data, right? On that column, right? Canadian, right? And then it actually did that, right? It basically said total cost is uh, it figured out there are 30 liters, so 30 into price per liter. It added testing fee, okay, and it tried to round it. Okay, now one thing it missed is tariff, okay. So I don't know whether it was because of small model, right? But we had explicitly said that uh, tariff, right? And we had given a function for calculate tariff, right? Whether it's Canadian or not. So maybe it missed that probably, right? Uh, and I think there were some error in execution. I don't know why, right? I mean, it couldn't figure out the exact Python code, but it tried to give some output, okay, uh, which is not correct, but I mean, that's where it is. So that is code agent with a local ollama, right? Maybe it works better with larger models. Okay, so I have posted this code on my GitHub, right, under this Gen AI Ollama code agent.py, right? If you want to give it a try, if you like the video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, and looking forward to seeing you in more videos in coming times. Bye. Good luck.